Hello YouTube, it's Accurate, and let's talk a little bit more about the Akai MPC Live. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, and I've been using it right here in my home studio for making beats, chopping up records, all of that normal stuff. But it's also a standalone device that doesn't need to be connected to the computer, so today I'm going to disconnect everything and bring it with me to a record store. See if I can grab some samples and then return back here with the MPC and try to make some beats out of that. So let's go!
Det är 2 minuter till första skjutningen som är liggande på slutet. Då kliver igen och hon finns då den dagen, det var alltså för 12
Tackar du för. Du får lite bra. So I'm back home again. The MPC is connected to the home studio. So let's see if I can make some beats out of these samples. Yeah, that's the drum break. And that's another one. I like this one. Might be using it. I tend to always start with the drums, so let's start by making some chops. And maybe go in a little bit. Adjust this one. Big kick, a snare. So that's the starting point, and let's convert it to a new program. So let's try to use that kick, for instance, and add a low pass filter. The hi-hat needs some filtering as well. Maybe I could take this and also filter out a lot of the low frequencies here. And let's add an effect on that, like a reverb. So right now I have a filtered kick drum, a snare drum, a hi-hat thing with a little bit of reverb, plus this one. Let's make it super short, like that. I want to make the snare a little bit more crispy, so let's add another effect, some kind of equalizing, just giving it a little bit more high end. Not too much though. So that's pretty much a starting point when it comes to the drums. So let's turn down the sequencer to like 90 BPM, 4 bars, and set the timing correction to off. Let's see if I can record a little loop here. So I made kind of a mistake on the last snare, so let's go in here and just take one of them out, and it's all good again. Now that's my first sequence and my first track. 4 bars, 90 BPM. So I'm gonna switch to track 2 and go back to my sample edit page. So let's go for this sample right here, but I want to chop it up, so let's go to the chop mode and something like that, and some of the slices needs to be adjusted. Yeah, I like the sample, but my gut tells me I need to pitch it up a little bit, like I normally always do with all samples, so let's try that. A little bit more, try it again. So right now it's pretty much just a matter of finding a pattern or a sequence to play with the drums that I feel is cool enough to keep working on. I'm on to something, but I think I need to increase the tempo a little bit, and I've worked my way up to 6 semitones plus on the sample and 92 BPMs on the sequencer. So let's try to put some of the chops on top of the drums and see how it feels. So that will be my first sequence, and let's go over to my next one. Go to track 1 again and make a new little drum loop. So that's the drums for sequence 2, and again with the samples on top of it. So that's basically my second pattern, and I'm done with the drums and the chops. So the next thing here would be to add kind of a bass line on top of it. So I'm gonna search for my instrument sounds. That's a nice bass sound. So let's try to find the root note. So that kind of works. And see if I can record a bass line on top of the beat right now. So that kind of feels good as a first try, so let's move over to my second sequence. So let's just keep it simple here. And just like that, I have 2 different sequences with 4 bars each, with drums, a chopped up sample, and a bass line. What more do you need? I do feel like I need to go back to the drums and check the kick drum and see if I can filter that a little bit differently. So that's actually better. I want that hi-hat to be a little bit brighter and a little bit louder as well. Same goes for that one. And I also want to change the equalizer on the snare. Well, I'm gonna cut myself off right there and consider this beat finished. A nice and simple thing with just some drums, a chopped up sample and a bass line. I'm gonna make a little bit of a melody on top of it as well on the MiniBrute 2S, and of course I'm gonna put some scratch on it as well. But that's pretty much it for today, so thanks a lot for watching. Bye now.
You play the same damn records every day. Every day.